expressed in this show belong to the person expressing them. They do not purport to reflect the opinions or views of Rancher or any other entity. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's relaxed, chillaxed episode of Coffee and Cloud Native, the show that shares news and interesting content related to Kubernetes, Cloud Native, and other nifty technology. My name is Adrian Goins, and I am subdued today, but I'm still happy to be here with you. If you're watching live, consider following or subscribing to the channel. And if you're watching a replay in the future, I've been really bad about putting the replays up this week. Sorry. But anyway, if you're watching a replay in the future, it means I got better at it. And you should give the video a thumbs up. Join the free community site and the Discord server. Oh, that's interesting. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh no. I hope Trufflebot didn't freak out again today. Anyway, I was going to put a link up on the screen, but now I'm not going to, so too bad. Why did you... There's that. Maybe it's because I changed your name? Nah. Okay. Anyway, join the Discord server. Links are over there. And as you'll see in a moment, that's where the action actually happens, especially today. Ordinarily, today would be the hot seat, where we would run a giveaway and somebody would join me live on the show. You see I've still got the headphone in. But today I want to try something different. If you are in the Discord server, and if you have been talking enough that you're level 5 or above, then you have the Friends role. And over in the left-hand side, you'll see a voice channel called Live Vox. And I invite you to join it. Now, it's going to be a little bit weird because I don't actually have anything planned for today. I just want to talk to you guys. I've got some links. We can put them up. We can talk about them if you want. You can share with me anything that you found that's interesting. I don't have it restricted or limited in any way to prevent people from just talking on top of each other, so be nice. I see Nuno already dove in. Hello, Nuno. Now, I don't have it unmuted yet. So join and let's just talk. The idea came from watching somebody else's live stream the other day, where he just basically gets on and he's like, what do y'all want to talk about? But people only posted in the chat, and then he talks about it. And I thought it would be nice if we actually had some back and forth, some conversation. So, Nuno's there. If anybody else wants to join, then please do. And if you don't, then, well, then it's just going to be us. Hey, Shipwreck joined. Awesome. Okay, I am bringing people on now. Actually, I can't hear anything. Why can't I hear anything?
Okay, sorry.
Probably because my headphones are not connected. Yes, totally called it.
I can hear Nuno.
I hear Wifebot talking to people.
Yeah.
I hear.
Hi.
Hey! Now I hear people, but now I'm muted. So the other thing that's going to be weird about this is there's going to be a weird 10-second delay from if you're trying to watch the YouTube thing versus what we're hearing. But whatever, we're going to try and figure it out. So everybody can hear me now, and I can hear everybody, and everybody can hear everybody else.
Talk to everybody else.
Hello, everybody.
I'm going to mute YouTube. That makes it easier.
Yeah, if you're in the Live Vox channel, probably just mute the stream, because otherwise it's just going to be chaos. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Chaos.
all good. And I muted also.
Awesome. So we have
gonna be
Ian,
fun.
Nuno, and Shipwreck in here. Hello, Ian. Ian, I don't think you've ever been on a hot seat, have you? Were you? I don't remember.
Yes,
Was.
I've been in the hot seat. Yes.
You have been in the
Well,
hot seat.
No.
Okay, well, never mind then. What do y'all want to talk about?
Puppies.
Interesting fact is that the only people here are the people who've been on the hot seat.
I recognize you. Now that your voice has started breaking up, Ian, I recognize you, and I remember you being in the hot seat. You have terrible internet
That's how Ian sounds in
connectivity.
real life.
Probably. Maybe that's it. So anybody else who wants to join the live Vox channel. This is for those of people who are still watching on YouTube. I'm going to actually switch over to a browser and I'll fire up a link.
Browser
Even
and
browser and
browser
so even
and
links today are pretty subdued. Oh, this first one actually has nothing to do with cloud native, but I thought it was still interesting because Amazon's been getting a lot of flack lately with, well, I guess Elastic's been getting flack and Amazon's been waving the patriotic flag or whatever, being like, we're all about open source. But Amazon is a megalithic, massive open source gobbling everything. But I found this article that said that they've actually done something pretty cool where in response to Google's shutdown of the free account for whatever Google Photos, Google Photos, Amazon Photos actually exists. I didn't know that, and has a lot of super cool functionality for sharing with friends and family. And they have this picture here of this creature that is absolutely terrifying. It's like a weird skeletal dog turkey thing wearing a mask. And I thought that alone made it worth putting on the show. Do any of you guys use online photo sharing services?
Nope.
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 I used to.
Why not?
Oh,
I mean, I just don't take too many photos.
You don't take photos?
Yes,
Oh
I-
man, Wifebot has like 10,000 photos on her phone. I had to buy her a bigger phone just so that she'd have storage space.
oh, I have a serious photo problem.
my storage is Twitter.
I used to use this cool self-hosted app
Oh my
called
god, is that
Gallery.
the turkey thing?
Yeah, that's the turkey thing. Did you just see it? If you click on the link.
Yeah.
So I used to use this cool thing called Gallery that was back in the day when you know it was easier to self-host your own stuff, and it was a really nice PHP application for photo storage and sharing before we had all the online services, and it's long gone. I don't use online stuff, but there was something else in this that caught my attention, and I think it was the Family Vault, that like you can share it with other people and they automatically get access to free stuff, and it just looks like a really nice service if you're into online sharing of things. Let's go to something else. Remember, you guys can tell me what you want to talk about too. Just say hey and throw out an idea.
Oh, hey, OFS, is that actually your dog? He's beautiful. Sorry, there's a picture of a dog.
There's a picture of a dog. Where? In the live chat?
Yeah, in the live chat from OFS.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that is a beautiful dog. I wonder if I can get a link for that. I don't think I can. Well, if you're open original copy link, here, we'll put up a picture of OFS's dog.
He says, yes, it's my new rescue dog called Lola. Hi, Lola. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
Our dogs are rescues too.
So if you're not into dogs, perhaps you're into .NET Core application development on a local Kubernetes cluster. Nuno, you're like the resident Windows WSL master. What do you use for local Kubernetes stuff? Nuno?
Nuno's muted.
Nuno? Bueller? Nuno? Anyone? No? Okay, well, whenever Nuno returns, perhaps Nuno will share with us. So this article, I've told you before, I try to put up things that are well, that cross the whole range between like super experienced stuff and less experienced stuff, and also try to throw out some Windows things because I don't use Windows and I know a lot of people do, and I think it's absolutely amazing that you can do so much with Windows now that you couldn't do before. So this is just an intro article into how to get started with building containers and doing stuff with .NET in Docker desktops, Kubernetes thing, and it's actually quite comprehensive. Shipwreck, you're on Windows too, aren't you? Did I lose everybody? Is it just me and Wifebot now?
I'm
Okay.
still here, although you can't hear me very often.
So what do you guys want to talk about? What have like somebody who's in the live chat here, in the live Vox, tell me something that you've been working on that that has you interested or excited or something. This is the show where Adrian asks questions and nothing.
Ian,
happens.
Shipwreck, I see you guys lurking.
I had audio problems. To answer the previous question, I use K3D and it works in WSL just like you'd expect it to work in Next.
I'm back.
Yay! Nuno's
Okay.
back.
I heard WSL. I'm back. That's okay. Sorry, I was on a phone call.
Okay.
Nuno's in a meeting.
So Shipwreck,
Okay.
K3D works works completely fine. Like no, like could you run Rancher in K3D on WSL?
I haven't tried, but I haven't had any issues with any other containers.
Does WSL treat or whatever does the I don't know anything about how Windows treats their container environment, but can you access the virtual machine as like a fully functioning network address, or do you have to punch ports through like you do on Mac?
So
Oh,
that
okay. Go ahead.
no, I defer to you.
No,
You know, the
so
master.
WSL is running atop the virtual platform, which is Hyper-V. But what Microsoft did is like every port that WSL will open by default, you can manage that, but by default will actually be open towards Windows also.
That's
So
cool.
I don't know how you use Docker. I don't know. So you have the Docker desktop with the WSL backend, or you have simply Docker on top of WSL. And either way, so K3D works either way. However, Docker desktop, they namespace the networking stack, and their swarm works. But if you put K3D on top and you start sharing services or opening services ports, it will not work. So that's why in the blog post, right, I went the Docker on WSL2 because I needed to actually open ports, right, and that's how it works.
Nice. My biggest complaint with K3D on Mac was that you have to know in advance the ports you want to punch through. You can't punch through 80 and 443. And in my 5 ways to install K3S video, I talked about a way to get around that actually worked on macOS Mojave, and I'm on Catalina now, and I know Big Sur is out. There's an update that I've never made a video for of like how you can actually extract drivers from the TunnelBlick OpenVPN package and then use those with Docker to like get it. It's crazy. It's totally a reason just not to use K3D on Mac because it's a pain.
No, so K3D, and I'm working on the V4 with Torsten actually recently. So, but no, it works perfectly, and that was one of the first tests and blogs that I did. Like,
cool.
Just really for now, you need to use Docker on WSL directly. But all the port mapping and everything will always be mapped. I did something with Portainer and some service mesh like Linkerd also. So it works.
Why, like, I mean, maybe we can't ask this question live on the internet, but you don't actually work, in your day job, you don't work with Kubernetes.
At all. Not even with Docker, to be totally sincere. So, yeah.
Huh. That's pretty amazing that you've...
I'll keep it like that. So
yeah. We're not gonna take that anywhere. I just think it's amazing that you've done so much in your spare time to learn and be an influencer in everything that you do.
Well, to reach that part, but yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm just interested. I like to learn. I like to blog. That's how I learn. But the problem is like I never, like we discussed already, right? But I never know when you are a hobbyist if let's say your blog or your ID is meaningful to professionals. Like, I consider you all like professionals because you work with the tools that we explain here. I just have fun with them. It allows me to go from one side to another, right? But I just have fun with them. I never know what could be done seriously, right? So, but hey, anyway, maybe 2021 will be the year of the change. I don't know. I'll let it here.
I think Shipwreck. I think Shipwreck liked that you called us all professionals.
Hey, Mac is here.
Mac,
Oh, hey.
hey, welcome to the party.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Siam is watching on YouTube. Siam, hello. Thanks for watching.
Siam.
Siam, you should.
Oh, hey, I am.
Yeah, Siam, if you can join Discord, join. Well, Siam, if you join Discord, I will give you a level that allows you to join the voice channel. So just join, everybody. Let's get Siam over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, join us.
He's on Discord.
One of us.
Sure.
All right, so the next article that I popped up, and remember, like, I'm just talking about stuff, but we're here to talk about whatever. So even if you're somebody who's listening or watching, oh my God, Ben Stiller, really? Thank you, Duck. If you're somebody who is listening or watching and not able to join the Live Vox channel, but you have something that you've come across that you think is cool and you want to talk about, just throw that up in Discord, @mention me so I get the little thing. And I don't know, somebody just said something, I didn't hear what it was. So the next article that I've got up is what?
No, go ahead. I think wife both tries to crash the party. That's all.
We've had some stuff up from Calico recently, and the universe is different than it used to be, where it's like you had to pick your networking engine and that was like the only thing you could do. And now that you've got plugins, you've got all of this stuff, you can run Cilium on top of Calico, you can run whatever, and it can be confusing. So we have had articles before from Luke on the show, and I came across this one where he explains what CNI is, how CNI plugins work, and then goes through a couple of demonstrations using K0S with Calico and then with WeaveNet and some sort of, comparison of stuff. I found this to be educational because CNI is still one of the things that confuses me because I don't spend enough time with it.
How are people finding K0S? I haven't played with it myself. I'm just curious if people have started to play around with it.
Not yet, neither. It's on my to-do list or to-do tests and blog, of course. But but no, I sent a link, and thanks, Adrian. I posted also in the general. But there's like someone, Saim, from the community also that did a meetup with one of the engineers, and it was, let's say, better looking than their first blog post where they were just, let's say, we are the only ones. It was more like we let's say we leverage our technologies that were there and we're thankful and so on. So it was, it's really nice. It's on the general channel just in case.
I think I'm going to use it for my chaos engineering.
The one-liner is here. The one-liner is here.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Everybody, if you've not met Mac before, Mac is our resident comedian. He's the king of the one-liners. I have not used K0S. I've looked at it and I've read a bunch of people's different reviews of it and stuff. I still, they play pretty heavily on the stuff that they install automatically. And I mean, you can, like, they're like, oh, we install Calico by default and K3S installs Flannel. But at K3S, it's trivial to swap out the CNI with something else. I use K3S with Cilium. So I haven't, like, I feel like when it first came out, I was offended. And it was very clear that I was offended because I bleed Rancher. But the articles that I've seen since then make me feel that it has a place. I don't think they just straight up copied K3S. I think there's a pretty large overlap between the functionality. But I would like to, take it out, kick the tires, and do an actual apples to apples comparison between it and K3S. There are things that K3S does that I think K3S can do better, and maybe K0S does those better. Maybe, I don't know. At the end of the day, I've just started telling people it just really doesn't matter what you're running. Like, Kubernetes is a commodity, so just go get you some Kubernetes from somewhere, and then let's build value on top of that.
But you were
Siam is
asking
here.
the other day.
I am in here.
Oh, hey, Siam.
Hang on a second here,
Sorry,
Siam.
you
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna deal with experience points for Siam.
Yeah, you have to plug him into the system.
So Adrian asked like the other day that he met someone that was asking for the multi nodes. What was the proposal or anything? And actually, K0S is multi-node by default. So the control plane, you cannot run anything, and you have to have a worker node at least. That's the big difference now in the installation that I saw. And let's say, almost a infrastructure or an ID that they put in place. So you have your control plane, but it doesn't do nothing except control plane stuff, and you have to have another node to actually start working with the Kubernetes workloads.
Oh, so where K3S's control plane node is schedulable by default, Mirantis's is not, and is it just not tainted? Like, is it tainted, or it just period the end? You can't.
So far, I don't know. Might be you can't. At least that's not in their, let's say, in their documentation and everything. By default, they say like you should not or you can't. I don't know if they did something else. If just a taint and then you untaint, but I don't know.
Siam is here now in the live Vox channel. Siam, do you know the answer to that? Can you untaint a K0S master node to make it schedulable?
Yes, we can do that. There is somewhere in the docs that it is written, but by default, it's non-schedulable.
Okay.
Cool. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It's like super last minute, but it's great to have you here, Siam. We were talking about K0S versus K3S. I know you probably heard from what you were watching, and I know you've actually worked with both of them. Do you have any insight on the strengths of one versus the other?
Actually, I had evaluated K0S when it initially came. Then I had a talk with Darren as well, and his thoughts as well on what is the difference. The funny thing is, K0S also uses Kine at the backend for the storage, for the ATCD and the other things. But they never mentioned K3S during the launch, or they even do not mention K3S now as well. So that's quite funny thing. But all in all, I think that's kind of a vanilla installation that is there. But there is no additional thing that, I mean, no super additional thing that they are offering which is not there for K3S. Like in K3S you have tunnel proxy, so they have something called connectivity server, so which is kind of similar. And then there are no add-ons. For K3S, we have Helm and Traffic. These are the add-ons that are already there. There are some differences. It's good to see that distributions coming in place. All in all, I would still say that it's a long way to go for K3S for the adoption, because K3S has already taken up this place, and it's even lesser binary. So their binary is around 160 MB, and K3S is still around 50 MB-ish. And some differences, Calico is there for CNI and K0S. Flannel is there for K3S. So let's see how this goes.
Okay, so no compelling reason to switch. No big, I can't even think of the word. Like no silver bullet. There you go. No silver bullet that will solve all of your Kubernetes problems if you use K0S. You still have to do some work, and at the end of the day, you're going to end up in the same place.
Yes. K3S is already solving tons of problem, and with its HA mode and its sandbox adoption and its upstream, how fast it is upstream, and the work that the team has been doing in the patches. So Darren explained in one of his talk very depth the internals of K3S, which was really good. So I think K3S is already solving tons of problems. So at least for the scenarios where we do not need complete vanilla installation, vanilla Kubernetes, there is no reason to go for K0S.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that insight. We are up at the top of the hour, so we didn't actually cover very much stuff today because we're talking to you guys, and that's actually the point of today's show. But let me just rock the tool of the day here, and then we will wrap things up. This is an older article, and we haven't had much conversation recently about the Docker rate hub limits. But anybody who is still this is the first article that I've seen that shows how you can actually just graph your rate limits so that you can see where you are from moment to moment, and you don't have to be surprised by suddenly being locked out of something. So while it's from November of last year, I still think it's super relevant as Docker tries to figure out what the heck they're doing, and it walks through the complete process of how to wire up Prometheus to tell you where you are. But the second part of the tool of the day today is actually about what the tool of the day will be tomorrow. Shipwreck, do you want me to tell them about that? Or since you're here, do you want to tell them?
I mean, I could say it. So with the recent availability of Friday, I took it upon myself to kind of use the extension that I've been doing with Tool of the Day and do more of an in-depth, on-camera, live Tool of the Day kind of recap like I do in the chat. So tomorrow at whatever time you normally watch the show, I'll be there and I'll be going through. I haven't necessarily decided on what exactly the Tool of the Day will be, but I will be doing that. We might do a voice chat. I like the way that this worked out. Maybe not. It'll still be a very, very alpha thing, but if anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll be glad to see you there.
So yes, tomorrow will be live coding, demonstration, exploration, analysis, conversation around some tool of the day thing, and we're gonna have Shipwreck doing that every Friday for sure. So we'll take it for a test run tomorrow, and then depending on how it goes, we may add a second day with that. The idea here is that I would like to make the show more interactive for all of you, not just one-sided where you're throwing stuff out in the chat that eventually I see later, or I want to figure out a way to really bring all of you together onto the show to talk about stuff, to share experiences, because this is a community, and that means that it's about more than just what I want to talk about. So join us tomorrow. I will still be participating, even though it'll be running from Shipwreck side. You'll have me in the chat, and let's see how it goes. So we've still got 2 minutes left. All of you who joined me
I want to answer Duck's question. Duck asked whether or not it'll be on the same Twitch channel. It'll all be here. It'll be using the same things.
Correct. Yeah, it'll still be here. It's just it'll be streaming from his house instead of from mine, which means it'll probably work.
The stream, not necessarily the work.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. So all of you who joined me in Live Vox in the last minute or so that we have, do any of you want to, say farewell to the internet? Say anything else?
Use WSL all, it's the best, and thank you. It was great.
Nuno's got WSL tattooed in Old English across his belly, and only Bill can judge me underneath.
And swarm on the back. Remember,
swarm on the back of his neck. That's right, with the whale. If you shave the back of his head, he's got the whale up there.
That is why we are swarm enemies.
Oh, thank you, Mac. Thank you. All right. Anybody else want to say goodbye before we get out of here? 3.
Yeah, it was. This is really interesting. Talking to you all, so knowledgeable folks, and listening to some of the tools, the work, and the best that Adrian does is always a treat to watch.
Thank you, Siam. It was great to have you here. Thank you for joining. When you heard me, ask you to join Discord. I'll throw a poll up in the community site to see how you guys felt about this format. If we want to make one of the days more like this, kind of like a, less hot seat or something like that, and let me know. We'll see if we can incorporate it better. Anyone else? Burning desire?
Just to say, have a good day.
Ian, we really got to work on your internet, man.
I've got several fiber into my living room. The problem isn't this end; it's somewhere across the Atlantic.
It's interesting because like we're talking to people in South Africa, we're talking to people in the United States, and so anyway, I didn't hear what you said because there was some distortion in it. Can you please repeat your farewell?
Okay, have a good day.
Awesome, we got that.
Have a good day too.
Thank you. All right, everybody, we are at 31 of the 32 minutes, so I'm going to mute the live Vox channel. I want to thank everybody who joined today. Siam, Frank, Ian, Mac, Nuno, Wifebot, Shipwreck. If anybody else joined and left before I saw your name, thank you as well. Check the community site. Tell us how you thought about that and whatever. And so now we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to do my regular outro because whatever. So join us join us tomorrow for Shipwreck live coding tool of the day, and we'll see you then. How do I end this? Have a great day. Keep learning. Stay caffeinated.